Yeah, and a lot of people will be sort of doing their sums in the new year, wondering, is it worth me actually staying in work? I mean, we've got the sort of government trying to encourage people back into work, and other issues such as lifetime allowance on pensions mean that a lot of sort of top earners, including NHS consultants, have just decided to pack it in and retire.
Yes, and that's how incentives work. If you think that your effective tax rate is going to be astronomical, then why bother is going to be the straightforward question. And this means that the government is going to have to look far more comprehensively at its structure of tax to work out whether it has the right way of raising revenue, which it has to do, but at the same time doesn't create disincentives to work or to work harder or to work overtime in a way which negates the impact on the economy. So it's a tricky balance, but I think the government has gone too far in the direction of not indexing these tax thresholds.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question. Is it going to work, bearing in mind they've got 2 years or less to a general election? And in terms of trying to produce that feel-good factor that gets people to just decide to vote any political party, is this going to do the trick within that 2 years?
Probably not, because the gains for the public finances are going to be offset by any reduction in the size of the economy. We know that there's a reasonable prospect of the economy being in recession for at least the first 6 months of this year, of next year, sorry. Now, I think it's going to be a mild recession. And recession gets a very antagonistic press because people say, if you had what we had in the first 6 months of 2020, when the pandemic hit, the economy shrank dramatically. I think what we'll see in the next 6 months is a very shallow recession and possibly the beginnings of a recovery in the second half of next year. At the same time, inflation is just starting to fall.
Yeah.
Those of you who filled up on petrol will have noticed that petrol prices are now down something like 10% since the peak earlier in the year.